Hello and welcome, it's Luke here from Homemade Reviews. How are you all doing? Well, thanks for clicking on this and prepare yourself some really amateur homemade film ramblings and nonsense. If you do like to watch poor quality videos with someone who has got absolutely no authority on the subject, has no idea what he's really talking about, well, this is for you, so please like and subscribe. But if it is professionalism you're after, sorry, I think you might be a bit disappointed. But what can you do? So today is less of a review really, and it's more of a love-in. I want to talk about why I think Let the Right One In is a near perfect movie. So let's get to it. Let the Right One In is directed by Thomas Alfredson of Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy fame, and it's from 2008, and it ultimately is a Swedish horror, drama, thriller, vampire, romance kind of thing. In fact, I'm not really sure what to call it or what genre it really sits in. The film itself is based on a 2004 novel of the same name by John Lindquist, and as you can guess, that's equally as amazing. And what's great about this movie is the author of the book is also the screenwriter, so that really allows his original vision to be fully realised. So the movie itself is set in the early 1980s, and this is way before Stranger Things made that time period hip. And it's set in a small quiet suburb on the outskirts of Stockholm. Effectively, the movie focuses in on two characters. Firstly, we have Oscar. He's a 12-year-old loner. He lives with his single mother, very occasionally has trips with his father. His school life is tough. He's constantly at the mercy of bullies. He's a loner in every sense of the word. One evening he meets Ellie, who appears to be a girl of his age. She has moved into a nearby apartment with a man called Hakan, and she informs him that they just cannot be friends. Now, Oscar immediately senses that he's kind of found a kindred spirit here. She is also a loner. She does smell funny. She walks around the snow with no shoes or coat on. She doesn't feel the temperature. But those two soon become friends and kind of start exchanging coded messages through their shared wall. And she learns that Oscar is being bullied by schoolmates and really encourages him to start standing up for himself. Now, the film is about the relationship between these two. Yes, Ellie is a vampire, but not in the traditional sense. Yes, she needs blood. Yes, she sleeps in the day, but the character is so well created. It really isn't a vampire movie. It's really a relationship movie, simply about two outcasts who come together. Now, I don't want to do a deep dive into the plot because I really don't want to spoil it for anyone. So I'm going to try and talk around it as much as I can. But ultimately, I just want to talk about why I think this film is so good. I think it's time we watched a little clip, don't you?
Är du vampyr?
Hade du tyckt om mig ändå?
Vill du bli ihop med mig?
Well, firstly, the movie just looks delicious. Every scene is really sparse, from the weather, the lighting, the set design, but the pacing keeps you utterly engaged. It doesn't rely on effects at all. There's very little CGI or barely any that you'll notice. You don't have any of the usual tropes of this kind of movie. The cinematography is just incredible. It's picture perfect. The idea of sparseness kind of runs through the entire movie. There's a whole sense of emptiness here, and it is very much a less is more affair. There's very little music, well actually I find that really refreshing. I kind of hate being told, how to feel by the music that's being played. It's not dialogue heavy either, but when Oscar or Ellie speak, you just want to listen. It doesn't rely on two people telling you about the plot. You just have to watch and see it unfold. It's a movie that doesn't fall into your usual vampire nonsense. Yes, Ellie drinks blood. She can't be exposed to direct sunlight. She must be invited into the threshold. She has cold skin. She can fly, can scale walls. Her bite can kill or infect people. But this is all secondary to what her motivations really are. She is clearly just lonely, but not in your Dracula Nosferatu sense. It's much more personal and emotive than that. At its core, it's a coming-of-age drama about connection. You have two sets of like-minded people who just find each other. Everything else is secondary. Yes, there's blood, guts and gore, but it's not excessive, and the director is really more interested in the emotional interplay between these two leads. It's a movie that doesn't fall into your usual vampire nonsense. Yes, Ellie drinks blood. She can't be exposed to direct sunlight. She must be invited into the threshold. She has cold skin. She can fly, can scale walls. Her bite can kill or infect people. But this is all secondary to what her motivations really are. She is clearly just lonely, but not in your Dracula Nosferatu sense. It's much more personal and emotive than that. At its core, it's a coming-of-age drama about connection. You have two sets of like-minded people who just find each other. Everything else is secondary. Yes, there's blood, guts and gore, but it's not excessive, and the director is really more interested in the emotional interplay between these two leads. I just love this film. It has real moments of tenderness. It's bleak, it's uplifting, it's sad, it's happy, it's gory. It's got real moments of surprise. It's just unbelievable. Now, obviously it is in Swedish, so obviously there's an American remake, but please don't bother with it. It serves no purpose whatsoever. There's no need for it. Ignore it. Watch this. Now, I could talk at length about this movie, go on and on and on about it. I don't want to. All I want to do is encourage one person, if it's just one person, to go and watch it, and hopefully they enjoy it as much as I did. It's a true masterpiece in every sense of the word. So anyway, that's enough from me. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you liked it. Please don't be afraid to like and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.